Welcome to the HyperFast Agent Podcast. I'm your host, Keri Shull, and today we're going to take a look behind the scenes with top technologies in the real estate space to help take your business to the next level. Let's go. Hey real estate agents, I am about to get publicly roasted, okay? So I'm here with the specialist from Maverick, Brady, and Brady has just uncovered some opportunity in our CRM and our follow-up boss, and he's gonna present the findings so my team and I understand what we can do to improve our conversion rates and have more success with our leads. So Brady, roast me. Go ahead. Let's see what we can do.
All right. So Keri, this is your Maverick business assessment.
Okay.
This is going to take all of your FUB data and do an analysis and look at your key performance metrics, just like you said, so you can find those opportunities within that gold mine of your CRM data and take action.
Amazing.
So the very first thing you're going to see when you load up this report is your overall team productivity score and where you stand in comparison to the rest of the Maverick users. So Keri, you've got an 800, which is actually it's only 1 percentage point shy of being at the top. 76% is actually where you get into that green category and the above average. So you're very, very close.
Okay.
But
so
she can see right away.
Just to be clear, when I hear that, I'm like, holy shit, that's a massive opportunity. Massive opportunity, because I wouldn't be comfortable just being in the green. I personally believe that my team is capable of being in the 90, 95, 100th percentile, right? So I'm very committed to what you have to tell me.
Let's dig in and find out what's going on here.
Cool.
So we'll skip over the overview section for now. We might come back to that, but let's get right into the nitty-gritty, into the detail here.
Okay.
So we start with the outreach and appointment performance. Very first one, how many conversations does it actually take on average to get you to an appointment? Right now, 2.7. That's actually 1.1 more than an actual top Maverick team average. That's the top 100 teams averaged together within the entire Maverick free assessment database.
Okay, so what that means right off the bat is I need to work more on my script training with my agents because they're missing opportunities to move the conversation forward.
Already knows. Don't even have to explain it. That's exactly right.
Okay.
On top of that, 28.9 phone call attempts on average to have one conversation, but your team on average only made 3 call attempts. So it's taken a lot of phone calls, 30 phone calls almost, to get to that conversation. They're just not doing it enough to get there.
So there's on average 3 calls per lead in my system right now?
That's right. On average.
Okay, that shocks me. And I would wonder if that's because we have real estate agents that are being imported, SOI leads that are being imported.
Yes.
A lot of curiosity around that stat.
I did actually remove your SOI from this. This is just your team leads. This is not individual leads. The other thing that could be happening too, again, think CRM data. There could be calls that are being made on personal phones that aren't being re-imported back into FUB.
That is a big thing. Hey guys, my team, when you're watching this, that is a reason that we absolutely must change that, because I'm going to be, to improve this, I'm going to be obsessed with your FUB statistics. If you're not calling in FUB, the call didn't happen. Okay, and for other teams, same policy should apply. Okay, cool.
And then we're going to do a little bit of name and praise and name and shame here. So we do have some top appointment closers. Tatiana Lewis, 2.2 conversations per appointment. Really getting to that appointment stage as soon as you get on the phone and have that conversation.
Tatiana is brand new on our team.
Killing it.
She's been with us for less than 30 days. Awesome job, Tatiana. I love it.
And then Ian, 14.9 conversations per appointment.
Okay. Could be,
maybe there's a specialist who's trying to just do that cold calling all throughout the day. Here, most effective conversationalist, 6.5 call attempts versus 68.7 for Heidi versus Tatiana again. So Tatiana, for some reason, is just striking gold. Every time she's making calls in the FUB dialer, she's getting those connections and then she's closing those appointments right away. It's pretty incredible.
So would you think that that means that Heidi's number is flagged as spam?
Could be. Very well could be. It's a potential, something to look into. Yep. Could also just be time of day. We actually have a best time to call report.
Okay.
Where in the full application, this is just the free version. We'll show you a teaser, but that's where you got to pay.
Tease me, come on.
I'll tease you.
Okay.
So maybe it's just that depending on what time she's calling, when she's calling, maybe people are at work. Maybe she's going straight to voicemail all the time. Maybe it's just the tuning thing of when you're making those calls as well. So that's
I would love to see the data, but I doubt that's the reason because I have them call together.
Could be. It
so
might be somebody's getting lucky.
This is like, whoa, what do we do to have Heidi, who works her butt off and is super talented, What do
Get
we
the
do
same
to have
connections.
Heidi to have the same results that Tatiana's having?
And maybe that's an opportunity to bring them together, brainstorm, talk. Exactly.
Yeah, totally. Awesome.
So continuing on here, we're going into outbound text. So this is based on people. We're not actually looking at SMS individually. So within the month, you texted 1,505 people and you got 380 responses from those people, not just individual texts.
Okay.
That's about a 25% text response rate, which is actually 28% lower than the top 100 teams. So again, maybe text content, maybe timing, opportunities to improve.
Okay.
And then same thing here, best text response rate. So Chris, leads respond 46% of the time that he does outreach, and Nick 8.5. So again, a big differential there between those two agents.
Could we see how many texts Chris sent versus how many texts Nick sent?
Yes, that would be in the full application. So
again, see, that
this
is
fascinating.
The tease. That is
this
literally
is the tease.
like, because I look at it and I know both of these gentlemen are super talented, and I know Nick has been on our team a lot longer, so he has a lot more leads that he's trying to connect with that have been in our system for a long time.
That context is key. You're always going to want to have that.
Absolutely. And Chris is a newer agent on our team, seasoned agent, but newer agent on our team. So a lot of his leads are newer leads. So I'm really curious to dissect this deeper.
Definitely. Good opportunities here.
Oh my gosh.
Continuing on here, so this is actually on the SMS basis, 2.3 texts to generate a response, and that's 1.2 more, but same general trend as what we saw above. So we're continuing on here. Let's look at appointment outcomes and types. This is a big area for improvement. So right off the bat, looks like your team might not be fully utilizing appointment tracking within FUB. Only 6.2% of your appointments in FUB actually have a set outcome that's associated with them. So did they meet? Did they cancel? Did they reschedule? What happened? You can see it right here. So within the month, 355 appointments that we have within FUB, and then right here, canceled, no-show, 7. Met, likely opportunity, 5. Met, signed, converted, 3. Now, go ahead.
So I think we're doing this a little different because we're doing it as a stage.
Got it, yes. So it's very different from FUB's actual appointment tracking functionality. And that's where we're trying to pull this in. So you might have been experimenting a little bit with this and gone over to the stages, so you probably have more data on that stage side.
Well, the fact that I have any data here means that
Somebody's
is not following the process.
That's right.
But I would like to dive deeper into what are the advantages and disadvantages of how I'm doing it versus using these general categories.
There's just more data within the FUB appointment tracking than there is. I mean, stage is a single thing, right? You just have that one line there. This has times, this has multiple stages in of themselves, just specific to appointments, not specific to the overall deal.
Okay.
And on top of that, what Maverick can do within the full application is that we can send a text message to your agents at the time that they scheduled for the appointment, if you use the FUB system, and then say, hey, what was the outcome? What is the new stage? So that's the concept too, right? Appointment is a little bit different from stage in the sense of you meet with them and then they say, you know what, I actually need 3 more months, and then you can set them into that short nurture or 0 to 3, whatever you have, stage, while they're also going to be scheduled for another appointment at the same time. So they're two different concepts within stage that are getting kind of mixed together when you do it that particular way.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
Continuing on here.
Wait, can we look at the Zoom appointments?
Oh yeah. Zoom appointments. Buyer Zoom, that's just the appointment type. Top appointment type for you is buyer Zoom. Yeah. 151 of the 355 was that buyer Zoom.
Okay.
All right, so this one is not a comparison metric, but again, just the tease. So it looks like your team is actually having the most conversations per call on average Tuesdays at 3 p.m. with a conversation rate of 4.8%. So that is your best time throughout the week within the month of August for your guys to call.
Cool.
Continuing on here, so this is where it gets interesting. Now we're into the sales pipeline health section, starting with new leads getting trapped at the top of the funnel. Looks like 20% in the month of August were not moved from one stage to another or from out of a top of funnel stage after 48 hours, which again, like compared to top teams, that's a little bit high. I think they're closer to the 10% range.
Okay.
And you can see here, so there's a little bit of a difference here. This one's 20, this one's 22. Why is that? Again, it's that 48 hours. So the 20% is 48 hours. This one is end of month. So you still, at the end of month, have 22% of leads that are mapped to a top of funnel stage. They haven't been put into a long nurture, a short nurture. So we're talking about your new lead or just lead status or stage. We're talking about like agent needs follow-up, whatever. Like it hasn't actually gone into one of these 0 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 12, etc. So you can see that big red chunk.
Now is this mapped to my stages or to, okay.
That's correct. I did that for you. I just did a little bit of guessing. So I just said, okay, looking at these, knowing what I know about stages, that looks like that's a top of funnel, that looks like a long nurture, short nurture. So we can adjust a little bit if you go in and review, but this is pretty close.
Okay, gotcha.
Continuing on, so this is a big win for you guys. In the last 30-day period, you brought in 544 new leads. That's the number here. And out of that, you set appointments for 106. That's a 20% appointment rate, which is 7.5% more than top Maverick teams. So you guys are blowing it out of the water. All top 100 teams, you're doing 7.5% more than what they're doing. So that's really great news.
May I ask a question?
Yeah.
Why do you imagine that's the case if our follow-up per lead is as low as it's saying it is?
Follow-up per lead is as low as...
Yeah, because...
This is so...
No, not here. If you go back up a little further,
Yeah.
right, it says that we're only reaching out. So we believe in the 10, I believe in the 10 days of pain, and that's what I believe my team is executing. So this is making me want to go through every single lead and find out, because when I'm seeing the number of call attempts, it's a lot higher than that per lead. And I don't think we could be hitting the conversion metrics that we are if they weren't executing on that. So I believe that that's being skewed by data.
Yes.
It's not leads.
Yes, I think you're right. I think actually, like you said, you're setting more appointments in the system than the calls are being recorded for it.
Yes.
So once we get that rectified, then you'll see it flow through appropriately.
Right. Okay.
But that's the thing. Part of this game is CRM hygiene too.
Right.
So it's just outlining those opportunities for you to find where you need to clean up that data within your system.
100%. Yes,
Perfect.
and that's exciting.
Yes. Another opportunity outside of just how do we perfect that lead funnel and follow up.
Yes.
So let's go back.
And if I fix the scripting,
I mean, you could get higher. You
if
could
we're
get higher than
already
that 20%.
here,
Yes.
yeah,
More growth.
yes.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right. So now
Who's the top team in the country for that?
we just found out the other day. His name is escaping me right now, but I can tell you right after we finish the
Okay,
walkthrough.
cool, because
Yeah.
I'm going to call him and find
Hunt him
out
down.
how he's beating me.
Actually, I think. Hey Scott, who was the top team again? Do you remember? The one who had the highest Maverick score? See, he's having the same brain fart. Yeah, get it for me and let me know. We'll get that for you.
Okay, I want to know.
All right. So
And then I'm going to interview him for all of you, and we're going to find out what he's doing that is so amazing.
So I remember this part. I don't remember who it was, but I remember that he said that he was taking concepts from Orange Theory and then like applying those concepts within his business. Like something about you have to be at a certain tier and like in the orange zone in order to be able to even be eligible for leads.
I love that.
So, and it was all based on KPIs.
Success metrics.
Three-way tie.
Oh wait, can you come to the front? So you're on video and you announce these amazing results.
This is Keri. We're doing a video right now. Come on, Scott. He's the creator of this system, so
Scott.
we're gonna pull him out.
This is big.
I don't know. We're gonna do it. We're gonna name the top one. Just
They're
do the top one.
They're gonna want the recognition of being awesome. Okay, we're working on the
We're working
top
on the names.
3 agents that are in Maverick, and we're gonna announce them publicly so you guys can celebrate their success with me, and I can interview them for you.
All right, so while we get those, how effective is your lead follow-up and nurture? So Maverick has created some recommended response timelines. We know that they're not in line with what the rest of the industry does all the time. Perfect example of that is your active buyer and seller leads. So these are the folks that you have in a listing contract, you're showing homes, and right now, again, you can see here, top teams within 3 days, constantly 3 days, so every 3 days outreach,
Yep.
only doing 25% of that database. But you guys, 12%, 11 out of the 92 that we have in the month of August.
Wow.
So that's a huge opportunity. Short nurture leads within 14 days, so again, like twice a month essentially.
Yep.
Again, top team, 79%, you guys at 60. We're at 1,114 out of 1,860. And then long nurture, here's where it gets interesting, 30 days, just one contact per month.
Yep.
And we have 28%. So versus the 64% of the top team averages.
Okay.
So big opportunities there.
Huge
we have
opportunities.
Scott. He's going to announce our
All
top.
right, Scott, here is big.
Three-way tie
Okay,
between Dan Peterson, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services,
Dan Peterson.
Peterson Partners. We
Okay,
have Casey Trey with Live Florida Realty,
nice.
and Remax Sandy McAlpine. Remax
Sandy
Executive.
McAlpine. Okay,
There
I
you go.
love that. Hey, you three, congratulations. That is ridiculous. And I can't wait to talk to you all.
They only missed 2 categories.
Only missed 2 categories each. So there you go. Not even perfect scores. So Maverick perfect
Wow.
score.
So
it's a very high bar.
I have the opportunity here to take the lead if I execute on fixing these things.
That's
I love
right.
it.
That's
I
right.
love it. Okay.
All right, so continuing on here. So now we're looking at the entire database, right? Not just August. And we're saying, okay, we have active buyer seller and we have short nurture leads, right? Those
Yep.
are the 2 that we mapped. And so you have 92 in this status, 56 had no change in over 60 days. So now we're not even talking about like 3-day turnaround times, couple touches a month. Now we're talking about like there's multiple months that these guys have just been stuck in that status, not moving. Same thing here with short
nurture. And does this
nurture.
measure whether these people, is this telling me whether they're being touched?
Yes, like
so
in terms
you're
of outreach.
saying there's 92 leads that have not been touched in 60 days?
No, 92 leads total in that particular status, in that stage that we mapped. And then out of that, 56 of them, 61%, those are the ones that haven't been touched in more than 60 days.
Got you.
But out of the 92, 36 did, right? So that's showing you the split.
That is so unacceptable. Okay.
Sorry, guys. And so there you go, same thing with the short nurture. And then, so this is the tease again.
That's them calling on their cell phones.
Again, yes, once you get that fixed with the CRM Hygiene.
Jerks, do not call on your cell phones or it makes it look like you guys suck at follow-up and my only choice is to take away the lead.
That's right. And so if you put them in FUB, then we're all good. Her score is going to go up. You guys are going to be top team.
You're going to be applauded. We're going to increase our conversion.
That's right. All right. So this is the tease. Where are all your leads in the pipeline now, right? Like, so we want to see every single stage broken down, every single source, etc. Again, full app for that. But continuing on here, which source is providing the best leads? So we're taking leading indicators here. We're not talking closes. We're just talking, again, how many of these are active buyer seller leads and short nurture leads that are going to transact soon?
Okay.
And which ones are providing the most and the best percentage?
Okay.
So for your particular account, looks like Rupler is the one that's actually giving you the best top of funnel or mid funnel like stages for these leads. So 21 out of 53 were either in active buyer seller or short nurture for the month of August for you.
Nice.
And then looking here at best agents on Rupler, looks like, again, we're looking at the same metrics looked at above, but now at a specific lead source, not at the whole aggregate.
Yeah.
Lacey, 43 average number of contacts attempts per lead, so calling like crazy on Rupler.
Nice.
Glenda, appointment set rate at 10%. Glenda, best text response rate. And Lydia, this looks weird. I think we need to look into what's going on with your FUB data here. Again, that's probably the call issue that you're talking about.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, super low number of conversations per lead. It doesn't even seem right. So CRM Hygiene problem.
And she's an ISA.
That's why. That's probably why.
So she's probably calling in the ISA. She's not calling under her name.
That's right. That's why it looks funky.
Yep.
So again, more hygiene opportunities, but yes. Lacey, great job. Glenda, amazing job. Good work on Rupler, guys.
Nice.
So that's the full run through. Again, we're teasing one more thing here, which is that you don't have to just look at it from Rupler, from your best source. You can actually look at this from any lead source. So you can go into the full application, go one by one, see what your conversion rate looks like, see the breakdown of where leads are within the pipeline, and look at who your best agents are per lead source. So
okay.
Lots and lots of opportunities.
This is absolutely so cool. So thank you for doing this. I hope you guys got something out of this because I think it's important to be vulnerable. I coach agents, I coach my team, and there's still tons of opportunity for improvement. And I bet most of you, this is free. I bet most of you should do this right now to get a gauge for where you stand and to improve all of the teams that I coach. I'm going to be texting you today because this is awesome. So thank you so much. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Okay, we'll see you guys again soon. Thanks for joining us for another episode of the HyperFast Agent Podcast, where we're dedicated to taking your life and business to the next level. Do me a favor and hit the like button below and add a comment. One thing you took from this episode. Did you like the technology or not? And subscribe here.